As always, please retry the question before watching the video. There are 3 things you need to know to be able to answer this question. If you don't know the answer, please add it to your cheat sheet, master it, and go back 5 before continuing in the video. What is the WTD for subject-verb agreement? Find the verb first, then cross off all the prepositional, parenthetical, and participial phrases in front of it to find the next verb. The next noun should be your subject. Has versus have. Has is singular, have is plural. Or have goes with singular, has goes with singular, have goes with plural. Lead versus led. Lead is present tense, led is past tense. All right, so with those in mind, this is a subject-verb agreement question. We know that because the verbs are changing from answer to answer, and it is the plurality that is changing on the first part. Lead versus led is past versus present, so you could also choose tense. Either one, you need to know both to be able to get this correct. So since we know we're dealing with subject-verb agreement question, we want to find the verb first, then cross off all the prepositional, parenthetical, and participial phrases in front of it. So our verb is has led, okay? And so we have a parenthetical right in front of it, so we're going to cross that off. And drivers may remain underwater. All of this is actually just telling us about time. It's just modifying time. Divers may remain underwater. If you didn't recognize that, it's okay. You know, the main thing you're trying to find is the subject. What is the subject of this verb? What is doing or being the verb? And it's the limited time is ultimately what we're trying to get to. If finding the verb first and crossing off all the prepositional, parenthetical, and participial phrases doesn't make sense to you, all you're trying to do is actually find the subject of the verb. You're trying to find the subject of the verb, the thing doing or being the verb. If you find the subject, it becomes much easier to just say the two together, and you can then base answers based on what sounds good. But the reason they're putting all these prepositional, parenthetical, and participial phrases in between the subject and the verb is to make your answer sound wrong. So you got to be very careful about picking answers based on what sounds good on these subject-verb agreement questions until you do the WTD and cross all of those off. So the limited time has led. All right, so limited time is singular. Has goes with singular, so we can cross off G and H because have goes with plural, and the limited time is singular. Now we need to just choose between led versus lead, and led is the past, lead is the present, and has is a past participle form of the verb, of the helping verb. So it's going to go with the past led and eliminating J as our present tense answer, confirming answer F is indeed our right answer. If this made sense to you, please add it to your worksheet. Write what you learned along with the answer on the explanation side, and then continue on to do the remaining subject-verb agreement questions that you missed on this test. If this is the final subject-verb agreement question that you missed on this test, please go ahead and do the subject-verb agreement mastery until you get 10 questions correct in a row before moving on to the next category.